Welcome to CBS, Cosmic Brothers and Sisters, the channel where you are introduced to your alien brothers and sisters from around the universe. And no AI is needed in this channel, just a tinfoil hat. Go get your favorite tinfoil hat on. I've got mine on. We're going to listen to Victoria tell Emory about all kinds of blue beings. And in honor of those blue beings, I got my hat on. Get your favorite tinfoil hat on and let's go.
So who are some of these members of the conclave that you actually interacted with, and what were their roles?
So the conclave that we dealt with had two Pleiadians. One was the commander. He went by the name of Zendor, but they all chose Earth names, so he went by the name of River. And then his liaison officer, her name was Ilialia. She was Pleiadian. She chose the name Joy. And what's interesting is the names they chose reflected their real name. So her name in Pleiadian means elation. So that was an interesting thing to see how they went about fitting themselves in. Then there were two Orions. They argued constantly about who was older and smarter. And I thought that was...
It's kind of comical.
It is. And one of them had a sense of humor. The other one did not. So one was Altan. The other one was Reve. And then there were two Arcturians, but I never met one of them. He was the data expert, and he stayed on the ship, so I never had any contact with him. But the other one chose the name Cat Stevens, and his name was Konida. And they all had very individual personalities, but what's interesting is they all have somewhat of a similar belief system. And so they all had these 5 premises that they live by, understanding that energy is everything, the fact that they believe in something akin to what we call the law of one, that you must have unconditional love and service to others, and that you should be following the 42 universal laws.
Did they mention religion?
No, they call religion the law.
Right.
So, like I say, we don't look at things the same way. So I would ask them generally about, do you have a religion? And they'll say there's only one source. And so that's really how they function.
So you're physically with these beings. What is it like to be before non-humans?
We all had the same energies flowing, so I felt very comfortable with them. I never felt threatened. So they wear these little interphasers on their belt so that they can look more human, fitting in with the homeless people. And at one point, when they felt very comfortable, then they began to turn the interphasers off. And so I got to see them in their real forms.
How do they come here and function in the 3D?
Well, they have technology to do that. They wear these little interphasers on their belt, and it allows them to function more as a human. They do have to go back and go through some type of transformation for their body because of the difference in gravity here.
Now, is that a type of psionic? Is it, or is it more of an illusion with the device?
No, they physically change, and that's what that's part of the reason they have to go have this repair done. Is from going from one aspect to another is very hard on their actual body, and and along with the gravity and everything, it causes some sort of cellular breakdown, and so they go and have that repaired. Usually about every 3 months, we would see one of them leave to go have whatever system they're using to, for the lack of a better word, rehab their body. They are much older than we are. And so...
How much older?
Several hundred years. So one of them was 1,500 years old. So they have a lot of wisdom that they've maintained in their consciousness. But one of the things that's interesting is they can't... represent themselves to most people because of the frequency. So they have to step their frequency down.
Right.
We have to step ours up. And that's why they're looking for people that they call are the goal.
Vibe. Yeah.
Right. So that you can come together and be able to interact. And so for our team, I have a lot of people that have high consciousness, but not quite high enough to make that gap in there. And so that was an interesting thing is that, I can relay things. As long as they're wearing the interphaser and that human side is on, they can interact pretty normal. But once they're in their normal state, it becomes a much more difficult thing.
How do your interactions with the conclave enhance your view of the universe?
I believe we're all star seeds in some form or another.
Right.
And I believe that they are our lineage. That's the way I was raised. So from that perspective, I was willing to accept whatever they have to give us. I mean, I look at it as a gift.
Right.
But I think it also changed my perspective in the way that I understand that unconditional love really does exist out there because I saw it in them. And I understand that while they're non-interventionists, it doesn't mean that they don't care about us. And so that changed my perspective a lot in the fact that, there is hope for the rest of us. Because what we see on this planet right now is sad. And what I wanted to see is that people could say, oh, look, we too can become that way. And so that was a change for me to be able to say, wait.
There's a possibility, right?
Exactly.
There's hope for
exactly. And that we can get to, that higher level of frequency and understand that we can love one another, that we don't have to constantly be at each other.
You spoke about the Andromedans earlier. How do they fit into this conclave?
They have a big seat in the United Galactic Federation, but they also have the Andromedan Council, which is their governing authority. They believe that they have always been very progressive towards other civilizations. They consider themselves the shipbuilders of the universe. And one was a pilot, one was a navigator. Were very standoffish at first. They have this very air of superiority, but that began to change and we started having more fuller conversations. What they said to me is that there's 26,000 different lineages for them that has happened over time. So they don't all look alike.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And what I found interesting about them is that they're very tribal. So the two of them say they were bred for their position.
Wow. Could you imagine being blue from head to toe? There's certain neighborhoods in Los Angeles that might not be a good thing, you know what I'm saying? Blue head to toe. But I think I want my next girlfriend to be blue and from outer space. What do you think? I think I need a space babe. I don't know. I think I might like a blue girlfriend. Heck yeah. What do you guys think? Leave comments. What do you think it would be like to be blue and have a blue girlfriend? What do you think about space babes? The credits are coming, so we're going to roll out of here. Never any AI needed on Cosmic Brothers and Sisters. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, when we will introduce you to all of your favorites. No AI needed. Thank you.